Hi everybody, I'm Jackie.
I'm Vinny, and this is Girlfriends for Life TV.
Today's video is on a subject that has affected the lives of many people and has caused much pain, heartbreak, and even suicide.
And that is bullying. We will talk about how to recognize the signs of bullying. Coming right up. One of the first signs is isolation. If you've noticed that your child comes home from school and doesn't want to spend time with the family, they would prefer to just be in their room, they don't want to go outside with their friends, rather by the normal activities that they usually partake in after school, and they just prefer to be alone. It's usually a good indicator that something's going on at school or somewhere else, that they're being bullied, and you may want to just have a talk with them.
And some of the other indicators are faking illness. I had an experience where my daughter actually experienced bullying, and she would tell me that she did not want to go to school for this reason or that reason, and that was not her norm. Normally she loved to go to school. She was a social butterfly. So all of a sudden, to see her or to hear her say, I don't want to go to school continuously, was a clear indicator to me that something was wrong. I didn't know what until I actually spoke to her. And also, I had my own, as I mentioned earlier, experience, or my daughter's experience with bullying. She would come home normally very happy, very excited about what she had just experienced in her school day. But all of a sudden, she didn't want to talk when she came home. She didn't want to eat. She really just wanted to go to her room. And she was very distant. So, of course, me noticing those things and me being her mom, I asked her what was wrong. And initially, she said nothing. Me being the parent, I knew something was wrong. So I continued to ask her, and I guess it must have gotten to a point of real fear and concern for her, because she then came to me and she said, this is what is going on. And it so happened that it was actually a bullying situation, and so we talked about it in depthly. I don't necessarily recommend you sit back and wait for them to come to you, but maybe let that be an initial question. Is someone bullying you? And they may say no in the beginning out of fear, but you kind of got to continue to watch and see what's going on, like some of these classic signs that we're talking about, and you may have to draw your own conclusions and act accordingly. But bullying is real. It has real signs, and it is a real concern, because it can in fact end very tragically if you do not adhere to the signs and talk to your children.
And the final sign that we're going to talk about today is the mental trauma that's caused by being bullied. The problems that are stemmed from being bullied don't cease when the actual bullying ends. Being bullied has a long-term effect on the person's mental capacity. You'll notice that their grades may suffer. You may have an honor roll student who all of a sudden is bringing home C's and D's, and they don't know why. They can't explain to you why all of a sudden they can't focus, they can't concentrate, their grades are slipping. Another sign is if your child is usually very outgoing and they want to participate in all the after school curriculums, but now all of a sudden they just want to go to school and come home. That's another sign of mental trauma. And the worst thing that a parent can do is not be empathetic when a child comes to you and explains or lets you know that something's going on at school, which is a bullying situation. Sometimes as parents, we tend to think that our children are supposed to react to things the way we react to them, and they're younger people, they're smaller people, so we react to things as adults because we've lived longer, we've been through certain things, and we have learned how to react to things, versus our children. They're still young, they're still learning, they're still growing. So their reaction to a bullying situation may not be that of their fathers or their mothers. So as the parent, when your child comes to you and says, hey, I'm being bullied at school, don't make them feel like, oh, they should be able to stand up to the person, or, oh, why are you running from this person? Because then they will feel like, well, if I can't go to what is supposed to be my safe place, which is my mom and or dad, then I have nobody. And typically when a child feels like, or with anyone, feels like there's no outlet, they can't go to somebody who can either relate to what they're going to, or help them get through it, they tend to shut down and they internalize everything. And once a person shuts the world out and they internalize everything, they feel like they don't have anywhere to go to, that's typically when you find the sad ending of suicide. Too recently, we've heard of several instances where 8-year-olds are taking their lives. 8 is just much too young to even have that much pressure on you that you feel like, I can't take it anymore, I don't want to live anymore. So it's a very sad, very serious thing. And if we as parents just pay attention to the signs, we know our children better than anyone else do, almost better than they know themselves. So if we just pay attention to the signs, we can kind of step in and head things off before they get out of control.
So guys, we want to thank you very much for watching this video. As you know, bullying is a very important and serious topic. And in the description of the video, I've linked some important resourceful information on bullying for your benefit. And as always, thank you for watching Girlfriends for Life TV. And what we do
for you.